Hey, welcome to the Health and Wellness Seminar. My name is Chuck. I'm here with Dr. Mary Devereaux. We're going to talk about acupuncture today. Has anybody out there ever tried acupuncture? Tina, you've tried it, right?
I have.
And what did you think about it?
It's interesting, different.
What did you have the acupuncture for?
Stress and anxiety.
And did it work for you?
It actually did work for me.
How many times did you go?
Twice.
And you felt it helped your anxiety?
I do. I feel like it helped.
Yeah.
I think it's something I would continue to do.
Is that something acupuncture might work for?
That's great. I'm glad you found some good results with anxiety and having acupuncture. And I do recommend that you do that maybe once a month or so, because our anxiety is real and it keeps building on us and we have to release it. And there's ways to release it, and acupuncture is a great way to send nerves through the body and get us all calm. And so I think that's great.
For those of you who are afraid to ask, like me, what is acupuncture? I know it's kind of a complicated question, a little difficult to answer, but if you had to sum it up in a couple of sentences, what would you tell these people?
So I feel like I know there's so many ways to explain this, but I feel like the body gets kind of blocked throughout from stresses, accidents, drama, and so you have to get the nerves getting back to the fingers and to the toes and get to different parts of the body that's kind of gets blocked. So acupuncture is a very, very thin needle. You slide it in and it sends a signal from the central nervous system down the peripheral and makes contact and gets your body electrical and signals. So it's kind of a...
Now, a lot of people, when you say needle, they immediately freak out because people are afraid of needles, and there's probably a term for it. Needle aphrodiosis.
That's
I don't know what it is, but people
right.
say, when we're talking about these needles, are we talking about a needle that we have in our home, like a sewing needle, or a needle they take blood with, or how big are these things?
Right, the acupuncture needle is so thin, it's like the size of a hair, and it just gently slides into the skin, and most people don't feel it, and they have a lot of good relaxing sensation when they have it done.
Speaking about pain, a lot of people have mentioned that acupuncture stimulation can actually boost your body's natural painkillers. True?
That's right. So when you have an injury, you're making a little micro trauma, sending a signal to that area, bringing white blood cells and blood flow, and it will have an analgesic effect for 48 hours while it's bringing that relief there.
What medical conditions, we talked about boosting the body's natural painkillers, so that's a great solution. What other medical conditions can be treated with acupuncture?
Well, my favorite to treat is lower back pain, because people live with it, and then when it gets really, really bad, they finally come and see me. So I like to teach them, hey, when it's first happening, come and talk to me. Let's get it resolved and figure out why you have lower back pain, what we're doing. So what works is that in their lower back pain, they have some muscle knots and it's pulling on the spine and it's pushing a little bit on a nerve, which is sending a signal down the leg, which is sciatic, and it is so painful. So the needle just slides into that muscle and allows the muscle just to let go. And then that relieves that pain, and then they're walking out all happy. Then they come back and they're like, oh, it helped for just a couple of days, then it came back. I go, well, it probably didn't come back, but maybe there's something we're doing that aggravated that area. And so we work on figuring out the puzzle of why we're aggravating our lower back. And a lot of times we know it, we're working too hard in the garden, or we're just sitting in our comfortable chair in a certain position, and the same way every time the body's trying to adjust, and so it causes knots.
How about headaches, migraines, tension headaches?
Yeah, absolutely. There's different reasons for headaches. So you have to figure out what is the reason for that headache. Because you can have a headache from upper back pain and knots, and that will cause, your eyes hurt, back of your neck hurts. And then there's ones from being dehydrated. And so that's a lot of food therapy more also. So.
How about, a lot of people ask about menstrual cramps. Acupuncture help with that?
Yeah, so acupuncture is going to get the blood moving. And so we have pain and cramps. The acupuncture needles is going to get blood flow going, but it's also so important our diet to look at, are we eating colder foods or warming blood moving foods, which is really important. Oh, can I add to that? Acupuncture is just a small part of this medicine that's been around for 5,000 years. And food therapy, because food is science. Everything you eat has you read carrots have vitamin A and this has vitamin C's. That's the same thing that what we learn is that you're deficient in this food, that if it's hot or if it's cold, and what nutrients you need. And so we're going to help you figure out so you don't have those cramps every month. It's not just I have to do this every month to fix it. You can not have to have it anymore.
So a lot of people, including some people here that we talked to before the seminar, they consider acupuncture a form of, I don't know, like tribal medicine or witchcraft or whatever. Is there maybe an American or European medical authority that supports acupuncture as a method of treatment?
Yeah, well, it's regulated, and the FDA approved it as safe. And there's lots of case studies and value out there for acupuncture itself. And I mean, the food therapy and other modalities are used in other Western practices, from physical therapy to your primary care. So there is a lot of value there. And I have to say that I didn't go for acupuncture until it was my last resort, because there's just not enough knowledge about it. And you're like, well, I didn't even know what it could do for me. Mm-hmm. And the more I got into knowing what it could do, the more excited I was, because I'm like, this is exactly what my body wants. And it's not just acupuncture. It's, it's how to get your body, food, what nutrients you need. And then also like your mind. If you're under stress and anxiety, you're not breathing, you're not getting that oxygen to your body, you're in pain and not living your successful life. So that's what I love about it. It encompasses all that. So
there are, I understand, other forms of acupuncture, including there's a heat therapy, there's electrical stimulation, there's something called cupping. Is this part of an acupuncture treatment?
Yes, lots of different modalities, because we're talking about like 4,000 or 5,000 years of looking out for each other, so there's different ways than just putting a needle in to help somebody. And like cupping I love cupping because it's a little, like it makes a suction and it lifts up the fascia. And so blood can get going. It's like a reverse massage, some people say. But when you have pain in that area and blood is just sitting there and it's not moving, right? You just put that cup there and it sucks up the fascia and blood starts moving. And it feels really good. Most people are like, can you just cup me today? And I'm like, I know. So, and then with the electrical stimulation, you have a needle in and you put a little, like an e-stem, you'd go to PT and get done. And it sends a little like tickle down under the skin. And I love it because it's not strong. It's not going to make your muscles contract. It just gets more attention and more flow there and more healing, more of your white blood cells coming. So that's a great one. And Moxibustion is an herb called mugwort, and it's been dried for 6 years, hopefully, the one you get. And they can make it like a cigar, or they can put it on top of the skin directly. And what it does is it has like the temperature and the quality of underneath your skin. And the first time I learned this, I was like, okay, all right. But then when I needed it, because I had like a really bad like tennis kind of pain in my arm, and I did it, it was amazing. I was like, wow, the energy or the flow of that pain that I had was like gone, how it felt. And so I am a scientist a little bit, but I don't know as much of the mugwort to explain how that works in the body, but I know it's amazing. So
we think we know so much of the civilization, but there's so much more that we just haven't explored it or we didn't know. And from this medicine that's 5,000 years old, we're starting to pull back into society today. It just shows us how much we don't know and how much more there is to learn. So you mentioned that it's safe. Acupuncture is safe. Mm-hmm. Is there anybody who shouldn't do acupuncture? Are there warnings for people, or should you reuse needles?
No, we don't reuse needles. The needles go into a needle box to be destroyed, and it's considered safe. And of course, it has to be a trained physician, and they go like 4 years, board certified.
Oh, wow.
Boards are tough, yeah. But like if you have a pacemaker, just because they need to know in case they did something with the e-stem, the electrical stimulation, or there's the box there, and if you're doing needles in the chest area, that you want to be mindful of what's going on there. So it's real important to let people know that you have a pacemaker. And if you are pregnant, there's some points that are said to maybe stimulate maybe the turn of the baby, and so just they will not use certain points for if you are pregnant, and so just let them know. And then if they're on blood thinners, yes, definitely. I've had patients on blood thinners and they might just bleed a little bit, but no one's gushing out or anything like that.
Well, thank you, Dr. Mary Dever, for coming and talking about acupuncture today. Hopefully we've answered a bunch of your questions. We're going to stick around after the seminar and answer questions in person. You'll be able to talk to Dr. Mary in person here. And we're going to show a video of a dramatization of a patient who had a panic attack and how they could potentially be treated with acupuncture. I never thought that was possible, but apparently that is a thing. If you have any questions, stick around here. If you're watching the recorded version of this, make sure you type your comments and questions below, and Dr. Mary would be happy to answer those for you. All right, let's take a look at the video.
Wow.
Guys, I don't think this is going to be done. I mean, the floors are all wet. There's holes in the roof.
Oh, God.
It's gonna be done. I'm telling you, it is
I
gonna
think
be
you're
done.
gonna be
It has
stuck.
to be done. It has to
Look
be.
at
You
the
have
floor,
to
though.
have.
I mean, it's so dirty. I have to redo the
no.
whole floor in this.
Look, guys.
I mean, it's
No.
getting nice.
Stop.
Yeah.
No, it's gonna be done. Don't mess this up.
Felicia.
Don't jinx it. Don't. No. Stop.
Felicia, are you okay?
Wow,
No.
I just don't even know what's going on.
Stop. It has to be done.
Ooh, just calm your breathing.
It's
Calm
very
your
hot
breathing.
here.
I
It's
know.
hot
Keep
here.
calm. You just gotta calm your breathing. Do you have like a? Okay. Have you ever had acupuncture before? Because you're looking a little blue, and I don't think this is working for you. So we're gonna need to set up a quick seat for acupuncture. Okay. Okay. Here, just sign this waiver before we get started. Are you happy?
No, I'm not happy.
Woo, you're so blue. Your face. You've got to get some breathing in. You're stressing out too much. So how about if you just lay right there?
Right here?
I actually have needles with me in my beach bag.
Why do you carry needles with you in your beach bag?
Don't you just relax and just keep breathing there. I'm gonna put some alcohol on a couple of spots.
Is this gonna hurt?
Well, it's gonna help you calm down, okay? Because you're just a
What is it
little
gonna
bit.
hurt?
Let's take these shoes off. So we're gonna just clean these areas. These are a really good simple points, okay? How's your breathing? Are you still feeling a little bit stressed?
Still feeling very stressed.
Well, I think the house will be great, but we're just gonna put a couple of needles in here just to
Ouch.
calm. I hadn't even done it yet. But aren't you breathing better when you say ouch? Didn't that come out nicely? So I just put one in the hand here, get some oxygen to the head. So that's kind of good, isn't it?
She put a needle in my hand.
Look how well she's speaking,
know.
though. She's so calm now.
This is
Well,
freaky.
And a little laughter.
Yeah.
That brings oxygen. We're gonna put another one right in here,
No, we're not.
okay?
Ouch.
You're doing so good. I'm so proud of you for being here today. That's usually what I tell the younger people coming in for acupuncture, but you're doing great. Let's put one right in the foot here because we're gonna get a little more oxygen going around, okay? How was that? See, doesn't that feel good? Because this is for anxiety right here. And your
needs a
nails
lot of
look
those.
great. Look at how nice her nails looks. Isn't that nice?
You're gonna put about 8 more in there.
So the thing too about it's laughing and right, Felicia, how you doing? Are you breathing pretty good? Mm-hmm. I'm gonna put one right in here.
No, we're not.
Here we go. Look how nice that is. And that'll relax these 3 muscles. Look how good you're breathing. I'm so proud of you. The house is gonna be beautiful.
It does feel a little relaxing.
Yeah, good. On the board.
On the board.
Yeah, in your home, in your new home. Felicia, how are you doing?
Okay.
Did you get to relax?
I feel a little more relaxed.
Yeah, it's great. You're breathing well and your color looks really good in your face. And I'm really excited about your new home. I know things are going to turn out great. So I'm going to take the needles out and I'm going to put them in a needle box to be disposed of. They never get used again, just so you know. You were wondering why you're laying there on the floor in your new place. The one in the forehead, did you like that one?
That was the only one that was strange.
It relaxes 3 muscles there. It's called yin tong, and it's the third eye, because of all the muscles that bind there every day.
Do more of that.
So yeah. So all your needles are out. You look like you're doing pretty good. You want help getting up? Any tension over here? No pain, no stress. You like to get out of here. You comfortable?
Feel good.
Okay. Are you comfortable? We're gonna leave you here to relax. Take deep breaths in. Knock knock. How you doing in here? You think you're relaxed? No?
Uh.
Oh, God bless the dog.
She's okay.
Did you get to relax?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I feel good.
Okay. Sometimes if you haven't really relaxed enough, I let people lay just a little bit longer, but if you feel you have. What was it like? I mean, did you get to or what was your experience like?
Yeah. I was very relaxed.
Did that surprise you how relaxed you were? I mean, are you normally that relaxed?
No, it didn't surprise me. I could see how this could be beneficial for people because it really does not hurt. And if it's a very quiet, serene, she's right about the music. Probably should have music without words on it and no sound around and just be. And I could see how it truly would help.
Right.
I really do.
Nice. And the dog jumping up, you're worried that he jumps up on your needles?
Yeah, well, yeah, it was a good thing she laughed.
Yeah, she's sweet though.
She's
Aw.
sweet girl, she cares.
Well, good. Well, good. I'm glad that you were relaxed and you had some benefit.
I did, thank you.